You can win battles. You can conquer land. You can even look unstoppable. But the moment you lose the sea, the war is already over. Not tomorrow. Not next year. It's already lost, you just don't know it yet. 1. The illusion of strength. In World War II, the Axis powers looked terrifying. Germany crushed armies in weeks. Italy ruled the Mediterranean on paper. Japan carved an empire across the Pacific. To the world, it looked like raw power would decide the war. But power without supply is an illusion, because armies don't run on courage. They run on fuel, food, and movement. And all three move the same way. Across the sea. 2. The hidden rule of modern war. Every modern army depends on logistics. Fuel must arrive constantly. Ammunition must be replaced daily. Food must never stop flowing. You can't teleport these things. They move by ships, tankers, merchant vessels. Lose those and your army becomes a museum exhibit, impressive but frozen. 3. Germany, a land power trapped by the ocean. Germany was built for short wars. Quick victories. Fast movement. Captured supplies. But Germany had no secure overseas supply network. No oil lifeline. No protected sea routes. When Germany invaded the Soviet Union, they gambled everything on speed. They didn't bring enough fuel for a long war. They expected the enemy to collapse before logistics mattered. It didn't happen. As distances grew, fuel vanished. Tanks stopped. Trucks were abandoned. Entire divisions slowed to walking speed. Germany wasn't defeated at the front first. It was defeated by distance, and by the sea it never controlled. For Italy, a navy that couldn't sail. Italy's case was even crueler. Italy had ships. Big ones. Modern ones. But Italy had no oil. Every drop had to cross the Mediterranean. And the British understood something simple. Don't sink warships, sink tankers. Fuel convoys were hunted. Ports were bombed. Supplies vanished. Soon, Italy faced a humiliating reality. Its navy still existed, but couldn't move. Battleships sat in port. Not destroyed. Not defeated. Just useless. An unfueled fleet is not a fleet. It's scrap metal waiting for surrender. 5. Japan, the moment the war was actually lost. Japan depended on the sea more than any power on earth. Oil from the East Indies. Food from Southeast Asia. Resources from across the Pacific. Japan didn't need to lose battles. They just needed to lose ships. When American submarines began sinking Japanese tankers, a silent countdown started. Less fuel. Less training. Less production. Less movement. By 1944, Japan had warships without fuel. Pilots without flight hours. Factories without materials. The empire still existed on maps. But the system holding it together was dead. Once the tankers were gone, the war was over. Why the Allies could not be stopped? The Allies understood the real battlefield. Not Normandy. Not Stalingrad. Not Midway. The real battlefield was the ocean. Protect convoys. Build ships faster than they're sunk. Keep supply moving no matter the cost. Once the Atlantic and Pacific were secured, everything else followed automatically. Tanks. Planes. Food. Germany and Japan couldn't stop what they couldn't reach. Control of the sea didn't just enable victory. It made defeat impossible to avoid once it was lost. Because losing the sea triggered a chain reaction. First, fuel stops arriving. Then offensives stall. Then defensive positions can't be supplied. Then factories slow down. Then the population goes hungry. And finally, even if your armies are still in the field, even if your cities still stand, you can't sustain the war. This is the lesson World War II taught. Wars are not won by the side with the best soldiers or the most advanced weapons. They're won by the side that can sustain logistics, protect supply lines, and outlast the enemy. Heroism matters. Technology matters. But logistics decides everything. Germany, Italy, and Japan all fought courageously. They built advanced weapons. They won stunning victories. But they couldn't control the sea. And once they lost it, they lost the ability to fight. The rest was just a matter of time. If you want to understand why certain powers rose and others fell in World War II, look at the oceans. The side that controlled them controlled the war. The side that lost them lost everything, slowly, inevitably, and without a way to stop it. If this perspective on World War II resonated with you, consider subscribing. We analyze the systems, strategies, and invisible forces that shaped history's greatest conflict. Not just the battles, but the reasons behind them. Thanks for watching.